All right. How's everyone been doing? Good? Great. So we're excited to have you all here and really glad that you noticed the room change, which happened. So thanks for being here. Thanks for being with us today. My name is actually Thomas Rodenscher, and I'm joined today by Wasim Fayed. We're both program managers on the Azure Stack team. And today, we're going to take you on a journey for deploying Azure Stack, which really starts in an evaluation phase and going until the end for taking it into use. Now, along this journey, we will share the best practices from doing and learning and working with you. Now, what I would like to ask is, how would you rate yourself? How many of you believe that they are in a stage of evaluating Azure Stack? Just please raise your hand. Okay. And how many of you are in a deployment stage already? Okay. And how many of you have Azure Stack already deployed and use it actively today? Great, couple. All right. So with that, again, thanks for joining. I hand it over to my colleague Wasim, and he's going to take it off from here.
How are you doing, everyone? Can you hear me? Hello? OK. Hi. My name is Wasim Fayed. I'm a program manager on the Azure Stack team. I do on deployment. You can call me, so my name is Wasim Fayed, but you can call me handsome. Wasim in Arabic means handsome. My daughter came to my grandma one day. She was 7-year-old. This is a true story. And she's like, Grandma, why did you call him handsome and he's not handsome? That's a true story. So with that, enough talking about myself. Let's talk about Azure Stack now. So we'll take you through the deployment planning consideration and your deployment journey. So we're going to take you end-to-end, how you think about Azure Stack, all the way through getting started with Azure Stack. So as you start your Azure Stack journey, there are many considerations that you need to take. So in today's session, we will walk you through some of those considerations. We're not going to be able to cover every single aspect of the consideration that you need to take for Azure Stack, but we'll cover a few of them. Some of them that are interesting and things that are important for you to think about and consider. And at the end, we'll point you to some resources that will show you all the documentation that we have and then give you guidance on how you proceed in your journey to acquiring Azure Stack. With that, when you think about Azure, I'm sorry, I'm looking at the wrong computer here. When you think about Azure Stack basically, the deployment journey in Azure Stack is divided into multiple phases. So the first phase of Azure Stack is the evaluation phase, where you want to think about Azure Stack. Is Azure Stack the right thing for me? Have you done your homework? Have you downloaded and played with the Azure Stack SDK, ASDK? Have you thought about the scenarios that you want to solve with Azure Stack, your hybrid scenario, your disconnected scenarios, your data sovereignty scenarios? Did you do all your homework and then you've evaluated Azure Stack that this is the right thing for you? In addition, as part of evaluating whether it's right or wrong for you, then you need to decide also how much of Azure Stack do you need. So that's part of your evaluation state. So during that stage, you will do your homework, think about what you need for Azure Stack. You work, then you find which OEM partner, which hardware partner you want to work with. And then you select that hardware partner based on your requirement. And then they will help you in many aspects of this evaluation phase as well. Then you place the order with them. After you place the order with them, they're going to ask you to collect a ton of data. That data, you have some networking information. You have some data center integration information that you need to collect. So there's a lot of people that's going to be involved in that data gathering part of that journey toward acquiring Azure Stack. So you need to be prepared to consult and make sure that you pull all the necessary technical people that understand the different areas, and we'll walk you through some of those information that we collect. And then the hardware will be delivered to you. Once the hardware is on site, you want to make sure that you have the proper storage and this proper capability in terms of power and cooling and everything that you can rack and stack Azure Stack. And then you invite over your deployment engineer from your partner, hardware partner. They will come in and they will actually stack and rack Azure Stack and deploy it for you. So let's drill down a little bit more about those different phases. So the first phase, as we said, there's evaluation. You've evaluated Azure Stack. You've tested it. You knew exactly this is what you want. You've done maybe a POC, or you would use Azure Stack ASTK. Along the evaluation state, your hardware partner is going to produce for you what we called in Azure Stack capacity calculator. So that calculator is a spreadsheet, basically, and I will walk you through a demo of that spreadsheet, where you plug in the numbers of how much VMs you want to use, how much workloads you want to use, depending on the use case, and then it will spin off for you the amount of Azure Stack that you need. How many scale units you need, what size of scale unit, do you need a 4-node, do you need a 16-node? It will help you evaluate based on your need. Now, your hardware partner will provide you with the guidance, provide you with the tools. Microsoft is there also to provide you with any additional guidance in terms of thinking about what you need to do with Azure Stack. The next level is you want to place your order. Now, you've talked to the partner. You've decided which partner you want. You've signed they've created the PO, purchase order for you. You've signed all the proper documentation. One thing that you need to also consider is which channel are you basically purchasing Azure Stack through? Is it an EA, which is Enterprise Agreement Channel, or is it CSP? So all of those consideration needs to happen at that point. And then once this is done, this is the area where you're going to do a lot of homework. So the hardware partner will present you with another spreadsheet or another tool, and I will demo that as well, which is called the deployment worksheet. So the deployment worksheet guides you through collecting all the data necessary of how you want to integrate Azure Stack within your data center. So it's going to ask you the name of the organization, what region you want, there's a lot of identity questions and things like that. So I'll walk you through those, and specifically, all the network space that you need, all the IP space that you require in order to connect Azure Stack within your data center through your border connectivity all the way to how you want to use Azure Stack. And then once the hardware is shipped, you need to be able to accept it in data center, rack it, and stack it. So you don't need to do this work. You need to just have the space for it. And then when the hardware engineer, when the deployment engineer from your hardware partner comes on site, they will do a lot of the work for you. But they need to have all this information locked before they come into your data center. So all the information that you collect with regard to certificates, with regards to any of the data center integration, need to be 100% locked by the time the hardware engineer is on site. Once the hardware engineer is on site, you need to make sure that you have the proper security clearance and proper arrangement that you can admit that on-site engineer, because they might be staying for 3, 4, 5, 7 days in your data center try to deploy Azure Stack, depending on how complex the situation is. With that, our partners have done hundreds of deployments of Azure Stack. We, Microsoft, our own engineers, we have participated in many of those deployments. As part of us participating in those deployments and talking to our customers, talking to our hardware partners, through their experiences, we learned a lot. And we continue to participate in deployment today. As we participate in deployment, we continue to learn more. As we learn more, we hear the feedback, we improve the tool, or we create additional tooling that will try to make the journey even easier on our customer. So it's just a cycle of learn, improve, and continue to deploy. Learn and improve and continue to deploy. So as you go through the deployment experience, and if you have any feedback, we would love to hear from you. So communicate with us. Let us know if there's any way that you feel that we could even improve any further. With that, there are a couple of things that are not covered in any of our tooling, but these are conversations that you need to have with your hardware partner with regard to the dimension, the physical specificity of that solution, depth and height and cooling and power and all this stuff. So these are things that are specific with your hardware partners. I recommend that you go visit their booth throughout the expo halls here and have a conversation with them and see what requirements you need in order to admit that solution within your data center. Now, let's talk about the deployment gathering and the data center, some of the consideration you need to think through with regard to admitting Azure Stack. So Azure Stack has two different usage models. and you probably heard that throughout many of other sessions, there's a consumption model, and then there's the capacity model. And so these are important considerations for you to have prior to deploying Azure Stack, because once you deploy it one way, you can't. The only other way to move to a different model is through a redeploy, and you don't want to do that. So the consumption model is a pay-as-you-go model. And then the consumption model can work on either the EA channel or the CSP channel. And it's a subscription base, and basically you pay, and it's built the same way as you are built with your Azure consumption today. As far as capacity model, when you go with the capacity model, you're paying for the full usage of Azure Stack on a yearly basis. And this is only available throughout the EA channel. Now, if you wanted a disconnected version of Azure Stack, meaning you want to be completely in the dark, you don't want to be connected to the internet, the only available option is the capacity model. And when you go with the capacity model or the consumption model, there's also some things that you need to think through, because there are certain things that are impaired, certain functionality that are diminished a little bit or makes it a little bit more difficult, but there's still ways around them. And this slide basically highlights a couple of them. If you look at the link at the bottom, it takes you to a whole laundry list of the things that are impaired and the things that continue to work properly versus, they work one way versus connected versus disconnected. So if you look at the first one, the identity. If you want to be disconnected, the only available identity model is the ADFS. Whereas if you're connected, you can use AAD or ADFS. It's up to you. You can decide. As far as marketplace syndication, you will get all of the available marketplace items with marketplace syndication when you're connected after you register. Whereas if you're disconnected, the only way you need to sideload your own resources to marketplace. So you don't have the access of the marketplace item that exists in Azure. And then your registration, if you are connected, your registration happens automatically. So it doesn't happen automatically, meaning you just, from within the stamp, you can go ahead and do your registration, and it activates automatically your Azure Stack solution, which will enable syndication. But if you are disconnected, the only way to register is basically to create a registration token, go to another connected machine, activate, get the activation token, take it back to Azure Stack, and try to activate Azure Stack. So it's just a little bit, a step, an additional step that you need to take. And the last one here that we highlighted is PNU. PNU stands for patch and update. We keep the solution healthy throughout the life cycle of Azure Stack. So patch and update, on a monthly basis, we release a patch that have security fixes from Windows or any additional patches that come out from Windows. In addition to that, any fixes that we have to Azure Stack solution itself, any additional services or capabilities that we're shipping, we always introduce those as part of patch and update to keep the solution healthy. Now, with the connected model, all you have to do, you see that there's a tile on your dashboard that says, oh, a new update is available. You click on it, you say start update, and everything happens in the background. Whereas in the disconnected model, you need to be aware that an update has been released. You need to go get a connected device, download that patch and update on a local media or on a removable media, bring that removable media, and upload that to a patch and update storage account, specific storage account. And from there, you can continue with the PNU. So this is basically just showing you some of the things that you need to consider. But I do urge you to go to that link and see all the different impacted scenarios. The reason why I brought out this slide here is one of the things that we've noticed and we've had experiences with our customer while we're deploying is that we ask our customers, do you have the certificates ready? Yes, we have the certificates ready. We send the deployment engineer, they don't have the certificates ready, or they miss certain things on the certificates. So we created something called the cert checker. Are you going to demo the cert checker today?
Yes, that's
right. Yeah, and Thomas is going to demo the cert checker today. So the cert checker enable the hardware partner to ensure that you have the proper certificates all available and ready. So there's two things that you need to think about here. Not only you have that you need certificates, but also you need to budget for those certificates because they require wildcard certificates in many of those cases. So you need to make sure that you have the proper budget. You've done your due diligence. You have properly published certificates from a properly trusted authority, and then you've met all the requirements, and if you've run those certificates that you've collected through the cert checker, the tool that Thomas is going to demo in a minute. With that, I'm going to move to demo for you the capacity calculator, just give you an overview of what it is, and then also the deployment worksheet. So let me switch here to a different monitor. All right, so here, this is a spreadsheet, an Excel spreadsheet. You can download. It's available on TechNet Gallery. So if you search capacity calculator for Azure Stack, you'll be able to see that. And as you think about the capacity calculator, there are multiple tabs here at the bottom. I don't know if you can see them. So there's a version disclaimer, there's instruction, defined solutions queue, defined by VM, footprint, and workload footprint. So I'll walk you through all of them very briefly, try to just to familiarize yourself with this tool. So the spreadsheet is intended to serve, it's not intended to serve as a substitute to your own investigation. So I do urge you to do your own research and your own thinking. How much more do I need? How much reserve do I need? And additional things. So, but at least it's a great tool to help you properly consider what you need in terms of your Azure Stack solution. So the first tab walks you through help and instructions. So the instruction is divided into three parts, which is one set of instruction that talks to you about the defined solutions queues, the other one defined by VM footprint, and the third one for workloads. So rather than going through the help here, I'm going to jump directly to those three tabs. So when you work with your hardware vendor, with your hardware solution provider, they're going to present to you a SKU and say, OK, we have this option where you can get this many cores and this many sockets, and this is the type of flash drive that we're going to present to you, and this is the spindle drive that you're going to get, and these are the requirements. Let me make it a little bit bigger here to make it easier for you to see. So the green part is where the hardware partner has the ability to go and modify. For example, you want a solution that has 512 gig of RAM per host, or you want to have 256, depending on what you decide with them. So they will write up that they will give you the different SKU examples based on what you are trying to evaluating for your use case. And now once this is decided, then you can go down to the defined by VM footprint. Like in this spreadsheet, you will see here toward the left where my mouse is, these are all the different VMs types that we support in Azure Stack. So there's a whole list of them. If I scroll down, you will see these are all the different VM types that are supported in Azure Stack. So you will go and then you put your number, how many VMs do I need for that specific VM type? And then when you plug in all those numbers, now it shows you here in these graphs, it shows you how much capacity has been used and how much capacity is still available based on your use case. So example 1, for example, talks about 4 nodes, 6 nodes, 8 nodes, 16 nodes, based on those configuration, hardware configuration for those queues that we discussed. And then if you click on the suggested queue, it's going to say, for this one, I suggest example number 3, because it gives you enough. There's still plenty of resources here available for you. And it's not, but that's, again, this is what the tool suggests. But at the end of the day, you need to decide which one you want. So it gives you also the opportunity to look at usage based on the different for CPU, this is your usage. The blue part is what's available for you. The orange part is what is consumed based on your topology. And then similarly, you will look at the storage queue, the storage availability, the available cores, and so forth. And those who like the numbers, everything is presented to you here in numbers. So this is based on VM footprint. Similarly, you can do the same thing, but based on workload footprint. And the way you do it, you define your workload. You name your workload, workload 1, And in this workload, you use how many standard VM type 1, how many, you specify those workloads. And then based on these workloads, it gives you also the same similar graphs and the same similar capability as I showed you earlier. But what's interesting here also, it gives you that pie chart that shows you which workload is consuming how much from your solution. So that's the capacity planner tool that helps you decide on the size of your Azure Stack solution. The next demo I will jump is the deployment worksheet. Now this deployment worksheet is going to require input from many, many people, depending on your organization. I mean, if your organization is just one person doing the entire show, that's fine. But if you have multiple people owning different parts of the infrastructure, then you need to collect that data from them. So the first thing you start is with the identity store. Do I want to be connected, or do I want to use Active Directory versus ADFS? So in this example, I'll choose Active Directory. And then here, it requires what is your AAD tenant, what is your what your Azure environment. And if you double click on this and you scroll down, you'll see that you have Azure Public Cloud, Azure US Government, or China. So which cloud you want to connect to? Today, we just recently, a couple months ago, we announced that we support Azure US Government now. So you can be connected to US Cloud if this is the requirement that you have. And then you provide your company name and then your region name. So the region name, it is important to note that the region name, you need to be very careful in picking that name because it is part of your management FQDN URL. So if your FQDN, for example, or if your URL says azurestack.contoso.com, your admin portal is going to be adminportal.east.azurestack.contoso.com. So it is part of your URL. So pay attention to properly naming your region in here. And then your private domain infrastructure, this is used internally by the infrastructure. And then there's the naming prefixes. The prefixes, there's two different types of prefixes. In most cases, I've seen them, they're the same. People don't differentiate. They enter the same prefix in both fields. But one of them is used for the physical infrastructure, like the physical TOR naming, the physical host on the system. And the other one, the second one, is for the infrastructure. Like if you have an infrastructure VMs that we create, all of them will prefix them with that prefix that you provide in here. And then you need to provide us with a time synchronization IP address. So when we do the deployment, we synchronize all the hosts and all the infrastructure to the same time. And last, in this tab, what you need to enter here is your DNS information for your DNS forwarder. So they need to be comma separated. And now we go down to the networking side. And here in the networking tab, you need to basically provide the vendor, or which solution are you picking. So here we keep updating this with the latest vendors and the latest solution providers. So you can go WMC, you can go Cisco, whoever it is, we will generate the necessary, like what type of switches and what type of hardware they're providing you from that integrated solution. And this is important. Why this is important? Because from that tool, we're going to generate two things. We're going to generate the deployment worksheet or the deployment JSON file that is going to drive the deployment, the actual deployment. And we will also generate the switch data config artifacts. So the switch data config artifacts is going to read, oh, this is a Cisco switch. So therefore, we're going to run this set of tools, and we're going to generate this set of configuration. And that's what we're going to blast on the switch to configure the switch for you. And then you decide whether you want to do BGP routing or if you want to do static routing. We do recommend BGP routing. And Thomas is going to talk a little bit more detail on this. And then you provide your BGP ASN for your edge switch, your edge switches, and then your MUX BGP ASN. And now here, you need to start to read up a little bit more. So this sheet is basically you go and plug in your final numbers on it. But you need to understand what does it mean? What does each one of those IP spaces are used for? For example, the BMC network, when you think about the BMC network, this is what we use for the BMCs and for the DVM. DVM is what we use to kick off deployment. DVM stands for deployment virtual machine. So on the hardware lifecycle host, which is the management host that is added to the solution, the hardware partner will spin off a deployment virtual machine, and from there it kicks off the deployment. So that DVM is going to use that IP space as well. And then you have the storage network, the infrastructure networks, the switch network. I'm not going to go into detail what each one of them mean, but I do highly recommend that you go to our data center integration documentation that we have resources at the end of the slide, and then you read through all of them. We walk you in detail through what each one of them does. But for the sake of time, I'm just going to speed up on those. And then once this is done, you provide this to your hardware partner, and what they will do, they click here on generate, and that takes some time. The generate will generate for you those 2 pink tabs. And they come in pink color, so don't ask me why, but they do come in pink color. And then here you basically, it shows you what the subnets that are generated based on your input. And then just to quickly show you here, for example, the HLH BMC address is this way, this one. And then you have your node 1, node 2, node 3, all the way to node 16. All your nodes, it gives you the BMC IP addresses for those. It gives you also the BMC IP address for the HLH OS, and your network IP addresses for your top-of-rack switch and everything. So all of this data is generated in here. And from here, then the hardware vendor will take that data and will export it. And when they export it, it exports into a JSON file. This is the deployment JSON file. Now, that file is what the deployment engineer is going to use to go and generate the deployment and kick off the deployment based on this information. The hardware partner is going to do some post-processing on this file to add, like, for example, the MAC address for your BMCs, because these are not something that you will provide, but they will have input on, and they will post-process that file, and then they'll use that file to kick off the deployment. So with that, let me move back to the, continue to the slide here. So now that you've done all the homework, and you've sent that spreadsheet to your hardware vendor, they've looked through it, and they found mistakes, and they send it back to you, and then you send it back to them, and they send it back to you until you've basically agreed on all the information that needs to go on that spreadsheet. And then you've provided to them all the output from the cert checker that you're ready with the certification. Now they're ready to send a deployment engineer to your data center to deploy Azure Stack after they shipped Azure Stack to you. So when the deployment engineer comes in, the things that you need to think through as a customer, you need to be ready with everything. And all the provided information now that you've given your hardware vendor, once they're there, it is very hard on you and on them to change your mind and say, oh, no, let's change the IP space. You need to be 100% sure that what you provided is what you want, because this is going to bring the clock back, and it's going to make it more difficult for them to reconfigure all their tools necessary to generate the deployment for you, and then it's just going to create delay for you and delay for them, and it's going to make it costly on everyone. So it's important to be completely locked before you invite the deployment engineer to your environment. And then ensure that they have all the required clearance that they can actually get in and do the deployment. So the deployment engineer, the first thing they will do, they will rack and stack the solution. They will do the they will basically do the border connectivity. They integrate your device with your border based on all these artifacts that they generated from that spreadsheet. So they will take that, network config files. They will blast it into the switch, and then from there they will basically start to do the connectivity between now the switch and the border device. And once this is done, then they will start working on the HLH. So if you don't know what HLH is, I'll just give you a very brief description. HLH is a hardware lifecycle host. So your solution, let's say your solution is comprised of 4 nodes. You have the 4 nodes, you have the 2 top-of-a-rack switch, you have the BMC, and then you have the HLH. The HLH is a node that is used to kick off the deployment, as I mentioned earlier today. And also, your hardware solution provider will have some monitoring tools and some value-add also solutions for you to monitor and to see if anything fails on Azure Stack, and to be able to access Azure Stack from there. So, so they will deploy the hardware, the HLH, the hardware lifecycle host, and then they will make sure that everything is updated properly, or your BMCs are properly configured with the proper IP addresses based on what we generated from the deployment sheet, and then they will do all the creds and all the requirement that you have in order to access the BMC. Once this is done, then what they will do, they will kick off the deployment. If everything is kosher, kick off the deployment. And then after deployment has happened, so deployment could take anywhere from 6 to 9 to 10 hours, depending on the size of the solution. And also, if anything happens along the way, they're there to solve it immediately. Let's say there was a bad drive for some reason due to shipping. So they will replace that for you and make sure that you've got the healthy drive, and then they will fix that as part of the deployment. Once the deployment is complete, there's something that we do release. So like I mentioned earlier in PNU, every month we release a new patch. Every time we release a new patch, we take the baseline of Azure Stack build and we update it to that latest patch. So that's the latest baseline build. Now the hardware engineer, when he comes to your site, they try to have always the latest baseline build. But it happens maybe the latest baseline build that they deployed and they downloaded on their movable media, they come to your site, it's not the latest PNU. So there's still one PNU behind due to some time constraint, right? So then what they will do, they will go through, after they do the baseline build, they will make sure that you are already deployed on the latest PNU build. So then they will kick off a PNU build and make sure that you are at the latest and greatest version of Azure Stack. And then they run a tool called Test Azure Stack. Test Azure Stack goes through entire Azure Stack to ensure all the infrastructure, everything is healthy, hardware and software-wise, and everything is running properly. Now, after this is done, they will go with you through the registration process of registering Azure Stack. And then you will see the marketplace syndication, and you'll be able to use Azure Stack. And once this is done, they will hand off the solution for you, and now you're good to go. You're ready to start with Azure Stack. So with that, I will hand it, and throughout this entire journey, Microsoft is available to support both the hardware partner and you as the customer. And now I'm going to hand it over to Thomas to talk about the additional aspect of data center integration.
Thank you, Wasim. Now, wasn't that easy? Now you all understand what to put into the deployment worksheet? Yeah? Now, in our conversations with customers and listening to their feedback on the deployment worksheet and on just the entire journey of their deployments, the clear takeaway is networking is complex. So expect the majority of the time that you spend in that pre-integration phase by sitting together with your networking team, your firewall team, and your security team to think about how you hook it up into the network, how you publish it, and publish it securely. Now let's start with the fundamentals. So you heard from Wasim, Azure Stack comes as a pre-integrated solution, and that pre-integrated solution does contain physical switches. It contains what we call a BMC switch, which connects up to the baseboard management controllers of each node, which allows us to image the nodes during deployment, but also during repair processes. And it comes with a pair of top-of-rack switches. From those top-of-rack switches, we do connect up to what we call the border devices. Those border devices are owned by you. With Azure Stack, we've taken a fundamental approach, as we only do layer 3 connections up from our top-of-rack switches to the border devices. Let's hang on here for a second. That's the first question that we get from the networking engineers on site. What? No layer 2 connection? Layer 3? Yes, you're right. We're doing a layer 3 connection, which means we're configuring point-to-point connections where each point-to-point connection has an IP address associated. We take that out of one of the IP spaces that you provided us in that deployment worksheet. Now, one of the most common questions is, hey, by the way, you asked me all of those network ranges. Which of those network ranges are actually advertised outside of Azure Stack? And the answer is actually 2 network spaces are advertised outside of Azure Stack. One is obviously the external network address space, but the second one is what we call the switch infrastructure network space. And those point-to-point connections, those IPs, are taken out of that network range in order to advertise them up to the border. Now, as Wasim has alluded to, we're recommending the BGP routing protocol. BGP allows you to dynamically adjust to route changes. Now, as you can imagine, at deployment time, you provide us that external IP address space. That can be large, but that can be small as small as like a 24, which means 256 addresses. Now, over time, you may notice that you're running low on capacity, you're running low on IP space, and you want to dynamically expand that capacity pool. Now, by using BGP, this all just works magically, because all you do is you type in the additional IP space, the SDN, the software-defined networking stack, picks up that new IP space and announces it up to the border devices through the BGP routing protocol. Now, potentially your organization hasn't adopted the BGP routing protocol yet, so we do support static routing as well. But clearly, the disadvantage of static routing is every time you do a change, you have to manually go into the switch config and update your routes. Now you also see those ASN numbers on the border devices that are used to configure the BGP routing. When we initially launched Azure Stack, we only supported a single ASN number spanning both devices. What we've learned, again, while working with our customers, is that our customers use individual ASN numbers per border device for availability. And we've just adjusted here and expanded our own configurations to support multiple ASN numbers per borders. Now that we've configured the uplink to your environment, the next step is basically thinking about the DNS integration. As you've noticed in the deployment worksheet, we're asking as input a DNS forwarder. Now, this DNS forwarder is actually used to enable the Azure Stack infrastructure services to reach out and resolve Azure services like Azure Active Directory, like the billing endpoint, the registration endpoint, but also services like Windows Defender to pull down the signature updates. As a networking engineer, your next question is, hang on, what are the network ranges that do reach out to the internet? Now, of course, we have the public IP range that requires outbound internet access because you have the user services running in there, but also some of the fabric services. And then we have the internal Azure Stack infrastructure network. And we have a small subset of VMs, which is called the Emergency Recovery Console VMs, which is also known from a user perspective as the privileged endpoint. And that privileged endpoint is used to do the registration of Azure Stack, but also updating the Defender signature updates. Now, given it's a non-routable IP space, we're doing outbound NAT. And we're working hardly to remove that requirement because our customers clearly tell us we don't have the ability to do NAT here. So we're working hard to remove that NAT requirement here. And then last but not least, as Wasim called out, we have the deployment virtual machine that drives the entire deployment of the system. And of course, during deployment, you do an initial authentication to Azure Active Directory. And for that purpose, you do require internet access, but this can be revoked post-deployment. Now, how does this pass outbound look to the internet? What you see here is obviously the perfect world scenario, right? You go in from the border devices through a firewall outbound to the internet. Guess what? Again, it's our perfect world, right? So the reality that we're faced with is way more complex, particularly in secure environments. So we have to deal with secure lockdown control for outbound access based on URLs, based on IP destinations. And today, we do not support using a proxy server for outbound communication. So what's the solution here? We do currently support using a transparent proxy. And that transparent proxy, if you have to use it, requires you to inject policy-based routes into your border devices to specify the destinations of the Azure services based on the source network that I've shown you earlier in the slide. Now again, this is adding a lot of complexity. And again, the feedback we've taken and listened to you is, and if you've attended sessions earlier in the week, we have announced that proxy support is in active development and coming soon. Of course, the transparent proxy server in this scenario can also be chained up to a regular proxy server. So today, if you only have a proxy server, again, we don't support it right now, but you can basically bring in a temporary transparent proxy as a temporary solution to get the outbound access working under full control. Now, for those of you that deploy in either a disconnected mode or by design with Active Directory Federation services, we're now going to take a look into how do I integrate ADFS with your environment. Now here, you start seeing Azure Stack, what comes in the box. By default, of course, you have the portals. You have Azure Resource Manager, you have resource providers, and you have your applications. And they are all using claims from the Azure Stack built-in ADFS Federation service. Now, once this arrives in the data center and is deployed, you're looking to integrate that with your environment because the user identities, the user objects, they live in your Active Directory. Now, what we do is actually we're spinning up an ADFS Federation trust between your ADFS and the inbox ADFS instance. Now, in a lot of conversation, people sometimes just overlook it's not just ADFS. In order to enable role-based access control that you all know from Azure so that you can delegate permissions to users, to resource groups, to VMs, we need an additional component called the Active Directory Graph. An Active Directory Graph is looking up the user accounts in your Active Directory. And in order to do that, we're using the LDAP protocol to call into your Active Directory. Now, for the configuration, we do require a user account that you provide to us that has read permission in the Active Directory. Now, in order to enable Azure Stack to resolve your existing Active Directory, we provide automation to configure additional conditional forwarding from the Azure Stack internal zone to your Active Directory. What we're not providing, because it's your responsibility, is enabling your environment to look up the Azure Stack DNS zone. So this is your responsibility. We provide guidance. And the guidance can go from, you can use also conditional forwarding, you can configure stub zones, so there are multiple ways to do that. It's important to notice, again, feedback, what you provided us is please enable reverse lookup, and that's what we brought in our update in 1807. So for those of you, 1807, 18 stands for the year 2018, and 07 is the month. Overall, what is supported? So for both ADFS and the Active Directory Graph service, we do require at a minimum Windows Server 2012, with domain and forest function level also being at 2012. And today, we're only supporting a single Active Directory forest for the AD Graph component. Now, we're on a journey here as well with the ADFS service. So as you all know, Azure Active Directory is in production for a couple of years. So we're catching up here on ADFS to bring parity and consistency for tooling for ADFS deployed scenarios. Today, you can authenticate using ADFS using the Active Directory authentication library known as ADAL. So all of you know the little pop-up from IE to enter your credentials. That's based on the underlying ADAL library. We also support using service principal with certificates. What I'm proud to announce is that by later in the year, in Q4, we're enabling device code authentication protocol in Azure Stack, which enables scenarios like CLI, PowerShell Core, whereas they all use the device authentication protocol. And I'm going to show you a demo on that. So if you are a developer or a non-Windows user, you most likely have heard of CLI. How many of you have heard or used CLI? A lot. Great. Now, CLI, over the last 2 months, has done 2 changes. They moved away from the default enforced device authentication. They also allow browser-based authentication. So browser-based authentication is also coming for Azure Stack together with device authentication, just for completeness here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm calling CLI and authenticate to my Azure. Oh, this is great. So I'm a lazy typer. Let me just copy that in. Now you see, for those of you who have used CLI before, you see the exact same experience that you know from Azure using Azure Active Directory. It asks me to browse to a URL and put in a device code to authenticate. So let's do that. So let me grab the URL. Notice in the URL, it says ADFS. So this is not going to Azure Active Directory. Let's try this one more time. All right, and if you do this the right way, then this should work. So you've all seen, if you have used CLI, you've seen this before. What I'm doing now is putting in the code that CLI gives me. So it keeps refreshing.
Hit enter, I think I'll take it to the end.
All right, there we go. Now it asks me to provide my user authentication details. and we will see CLI will just got authenticated. So now at that point in time, I can start using CLI to manage my Azure resources. So that's brand new, that's coming in Q4. What's the real value here is, up to this point, you have to use CLI with SPNs and certificates. And I want you to think about that for a second. Using an SPN with a certificate in Azure Stack, the SPN is not created by the user. It's created by the Azure Stack operator. So every time me as a developer, I want to use CLI, I first have to call my operator and ask him to create me an SPN and send me back the certificate. So we're simplifying the use for developers of CLI here and drive more consistency with Azure. All right, let me flip back to the deck. Now, once you've configured your identity integration, the next step is thinking about inbound communication. How do I publish my endpoints? Again, let's first start in thinking about how do I configure DNS integration. Now, the external DNS zone, again, this can be your corporate DNS, but this can also be hosted externally to your company. The most common and preferred way is just doing a delegation. Why is delegation most convenient? Because, again, you don't control the applications your users spin up. You potentially don't know what the application names will be that they put in. So by putting up delegation, just everything for that particular zone is going to be delegated to the Azure Stack owned DNS name servers. We've also had customers where they work with host A records, which is, of course, a way more controlled way. But at the other hand, from an operational perspective, it's creating more load because somebody needs to go and communicate with the user. What's going to be your DNS name? Great, let me create that host A record. And of course, you can do conditional forwarding. Now looking at publishing topologies, and as you can imagine, there are many publishing topologies. So we've picked up the most two common ones that we see. The first one that you see is deployed Azure Stack at the perimeter network, meaning you have the ISP router, you have your firewall, and then you place the Azure Stack system. While we do have intense access control lists on the physical switches, both on the TORs and the BMC switch, we also make use of access control lists in the software-defined networking stack. But we still recommend putting a firewall in front of Azure Stack to really gain enhanced protection, as an example, to protect you for DDoS attacks. Of course, there is another consideration that I want you to be aware of. With bringing Azure services into your data center, you also will bring Azure storage services like blobs, queues, and tables into your data center. And that is traffic which will flow through the firewall. Now think about that for a second. How are firewalls licensed? They're typically licensed, and the license is tied to the throughput of the firewall. So take a close look here. Take a close look on the throughput of the firewall, because it may require you to upgrade the bandwidth by purchasing additional licenses if your applications make a lot of use of storage services. So keep that in mind as a consideration. So this is one topology, and I'm just flipping here the picture. This is a second topology. Same rules apply. All what's changing here is that Azure Stack here is placed beyond the DM set. And that can come with different flavors. Again, just straight routed through a firewall. But it can also be NAT. And when you decide to do netting, there are also some implications. As an example, if you're planning to build a VPN tunnel up to Azure, when you spin up that tunnel in Azure to your Azure Stack subscription, Azure does not support private IP addresses as an endpoint. So that's a consideration that you need to keep in mind here. Now let's take a look on how you access Azure Stack today. Fairly straightforward example. You open up the user portal, your request flows through a firewall, it hits the Azure portal. First, I want you to understand the Azure and Azure Stack Portal, both actually are based on the same framework. And that framework contains extensions. And each extension has its own TCP/IP port that it listens on. Now, once you actually select the service in the portal, in the backend, you get redirected to call the extension, which means for our firewall, the more extensions are installed, the more resource providers we onboard into Azure Stack, the more ports we will need and open up on your firewall. Today, we're talking 27 ports. And guess what? Those ports are not standardized on 443. So the feedback you clearly told us is, help us simplify that firewall configuration, increase security by reducing the footprint, standardize on the ports. We also had customers that said, hey, my end users are sitting all behind a proxy server, and the proxy server only allows outbound 80 and 443. They can't access my Azure services that I offer. But for us, it means we can also provide Azure services faster to you because we don't need to refactor them not to use a feature called extension host. So we're introducing a new feature in Azure Stack called extension host that exactly addresses those concerns and allow us to go down to just 4 ports required, all based on 443. So if you take a quick look on the traffic, you're accessing the portal, you're opening up an extension, and you're hitting a new VIP endpoint, which is called the extension host, which is listening on 443. And then we've implemented reverse proxy technology internally to remap internally to that extension, which means for you, we're going down to just 4 ports, and all based on 443. So for all of you doing new deployments, starting with the 1810 baseline build, you're going to get this straight ahead. For those of you who have active deployments, we're actually rolling this capability out through patch and update functionality. Now with that, I give you a quick demo on the certificate checker that Vasim mentioned earlier. How many of you have been attending Vijay Tiwari's session yesterday in the morning? A couple. So he had used the same tool to generate a certificate request. What that actually means is the tool does not only allow you to validate certificates, it also allows you to generate the certificate requests, which we really highly recommend because we've seen, as Vasim pointed out, various issues or challenges by customers generating certificates. So the generation aspect of the tool really helps you in that space. And once you have the certificate, the tool does allow you to validate those certificates. Now, all you see here, all the scripts, they are all just copy and paste from the documentation website. So the first part is actually simply just creating the right folder structure where you have to copy in your certificate files. So let me quickly run the first part. Let's take a quick look what it actually did. So you see it just created that folder certificates, and now it created a subfolder for each of the endpoints of Azure Stack that do require a certificate. And as you can see, the latest version of the tool also already creates the necessary folders for the new feature extension hosts come in. So for my demo, I just go in and delete those because, unfortunately, I don't have a certificate for extension hosts to show you that part today. And of course, I have already prepared my certificates. So if we take a look into those folders, you see I stored my certificate in that folder, and all I'm going to do is going to take those folders, just excluding those two, copy them over, Now we can go back to the tool. And again, the tool is it's a PowerShell-based tool. Of course, the first thing I have to do is I have to provide a certificate for the password. It's a PFX, exported PFX format. So I have to provide the password. And now I can say start ACS, Azure Stack Readiness Checker. I specify my password. I have the certificate stored. Of course, I have to specify what's the region name that you decided to use, and also the FQDN. Going further, it also requires the identity type that you have chosen. Is it Azure Active Directory or is it ADFS? Because when you deploy with ADFS, you have more endpoints. You have the ADFS endpoint and you have the graph endpoint, so which means you have additional certificates. And of course, we need to tell the tool, given that we're in this transition phase, that we deploy with extension hosts. So in my demo, I'm not going to use that part. Just wanted to show you that because it is important going forward. And then we can just run the tool. And what you really want to see is that all your certificates pass each of the individual checks with an OK value. Once you pass that, you know your certificates are good and ready to go for deployment. When the on-site engineer arrives, you're in a good state there.
That same code we run during deployment to ensure that the certificates are at the beginning of deployment, to ensure that you have the right certificates, they're also run at the same time.
All right. Now, I've walked you through networking, identity, and publishing. We talked about DNS. And now I show you, for those of you who are more on the project side, how a sample project line can look like. Again, we have this in the deck. You can grab this from the deck. It's just a sample. Now, at that point in time, we're at the stage where we're almost ready to hand over the system to our Azure Stack operator, but not yet fully. Why is that? And that's why I'm handing over to Vasim.
Yeah. So this timeline, just a brief, quick. I'll go quickly over it. So none of these timelines or these times are accurate. This is just an illustration. Maybe the customer data requirement can be a lot shorter. Maybe the pre-sale, the evaluation phase maybe took you a year or two. So we can't predict that. But at the end of the day, once it is at the deployment end is the 5 to 7 days of actual deployment. But then everything else is preparation into admitting Azure Stack. Just to give you a visual understanding of what you need to think through Azure Stack as you basically want to acquire it, right? Now, the next stage is now that the solution has been deployed, you've gone through all the data center integration pieces, you decided ADFS versus AAD. We walked you through some of the ADFS requirement. So now that you have the solution up and running, you want to be able to start to onboard some tenant to start using the solution. The first thing you need to do is basically create resources and plans and offers for the services that you have for your tenants. So to help you understand plans and offers and quotas, I'll walk you through a quick overview here. There's a great blog with tremendous amount of information with the link that you see down there. So the first thing you need to think through is, what are the services I want to present to my tenants? And then you have compute, you have storage, network, or whatever other services that you have. You start basically creating that blueprint before you even go to the portal and try to basically create your plans and offers. So now that you have compute, storage, and network, you decide, OK, I'm going to set quotas on my compute. There's a large quota, there's a small quota, there's a medium quota, whatever quota size that you want to size based on the usage. Because at the end of the day, once you create those offers and you give them to your users to start consuming Azure Stack, you don't want someone to just hog all the resources for no reason. So you want to make sure that you're in control. So for that, you specify the quotas on the services that you want to provide. Once those quotas are specified, you can bucketize them into what is called plan. So this plan has a compute quota, storage quota, network quota. Another plan can only have compute quota. You can decide how you want to basically bucketize those plans. And then you present those in an offer. So an offer can have a collection of plans, or an offer can have just a single plan. So again, it's just how now that you designed your blueprint of how you want to present those, now you assign those to subscriptions. Those subscriptions are assigned to a user. So from a user perspective, the user will see first a subscription. They subscribe to a subscription. From that subscription, they will pick an offer, and the offer contains some plans, and those plans are tagged with certain quotas. So then this is how the tenant user experience is. Now, it is important that you know and you learn how to create plans, offer, and quotas. Now, I could walk you through the UI experience, which is very intuitive. You should be able to do that on your own. Instead of wasting your time on the UI experiences, we decided to walk you through a repetitive way of doing that, because you want to do this again and again and again, maybe, possibly. So we automated that via PowerShell. So Thomas is going to walk you through the PowerShell way of creating those tenants, those plans, offers, and subscriptions. But before I go there, there's also, using RBAC, using role-based access control, you can specify which user has what role and access level or permission level to every single resource that is created on Azure Stack. For a subscription, you can make a user an owner, another user could be a contributor. For any, similarly, for a resource group, you can create someone that's a contributor. You have all this granularity of assigning access control to different users. You can even assign an access control of a reader over a VM resource if you want. So all of these things, you have this flexibility to do that, to secure your environment and to control how Azure Stack is used. These are things that you need to consider and think through as you receive Azure Stack from your hardware partner. Before you open it up to the world, you need to figure out how you want to, what type of control you want to have on Azure Stack. With that, I'll send it back to Thomas to walk you through that demo.
Thank you, Wasim. Now, just to allude on what Wasim said, the reason why we decided to really show you that on PowerShell is it's really going to be a process that most likely you're going to do more than one time. Why is that? Because depending on your business processes, you may decide you're going to have an offer, a plan per application potentially, per department. There's many ways to model your business processes, and you might do this process over and over again. This is why you want to automate that process. Now, the first couple of lines in this PowerShell example here is actually adding the Azure Stack environment and authenticating to that particular environment. And as you can see in this example, I authenticate as the Azure Stack operator, not as a user, because the plans and offers are created as an operator for my users to consume. So let's first authenticate. Now, once authenticated, you start by creating the quotas. And of course, you can create or use the inbox built-in quotas, but most likely you will require your own values, which means in the perspective of the compute resource provider, you may define what's your limit on the cores that you want to make available to users. In terms of network, what's the maximum number of public IP addresses that you want to make able to users? Or in terms of storage, what's the capacity that you want to make available to users? And then, of course, we have Key Vault to enable your users to store credentials securely. So let's go ahead and create those quotas. Now that we have the quotas, we can take those quotas and tie them to a new plan. And you see in that example, I call my plan Ignite Infrastructure as a Service plan because you've seen the resource provider I've assigned have been compute, storage, network, and Key Vault. Obviously, that plan could have additional services like web apps, SQL, MySQL, and as another example, IoT Hub, which you've seen being announced this week as well. So for this example, I'm creating that IS-based plan. And now we take that plan and tie it to an offer. So while this offer is created, this offer by default gets created with a private state. Now think about that for a second. It's a private state. So when you go to Azure, you can subscribe to a plan. But I have set this offer as private, which means it doesn't show up in the portal. So when I come in as a brand new user, I will not see it. And there might be many scenarios why you don't want that to happen, right? Of course, we can change the state to public using PowerShell. But to stick with this example, what I'm going to do is I'm now creating, I leave it private, and I'm now assigning this offer to a user that I well know. So I'm creating a new subscription for my user. Now let's flip to the Azure Stack, to my user portal. Let's take a look at my subscriptions. So there's one that I already have. It typically takes 1 or 2 seconds. Let's take a quick refresh here. And you see my new subscription just showed up without me subscribing to it. So that's also a way to pre-provision to onboard users up front. All right, with that, flipping back to the deck. Now, as Vasim pointed out, and I'll just hand it over to Vasim to walk you quickly through the additional resources, we barely scratched the surface. There's a lot of documentation that we continuously enhance and evolve based on the feedback that we capture through all the learnings that we do together with our customers, but also with our deployment partners, and get all that feedback into documentation and improve our tooling.
Thank you, everyone.
Now, there is going to be 2 more sessions today. One is from Hector and Shiren, and one from Walter is going to be tomorrow. So highly encourage you to attend those as well. And yeah, thanks for having us. And hopefully this was useful to all of you and up to a couple of successful deployments. So if there are any questions, please use the mic. We have a couple of minutes left, so please use the mics, and we're going to take the questions.
So I've got probably kind of a dumb question, but earlier in the demo, you were pointing to the different places where you could load your Azure. One of which was new. You said Azure U.S. government or something like that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. So 2 questions. One, do you have to be a government entity to use that instance of Azure?
You have to have the, so today there's Azure Government Cloud.
Right.
If you have credential to access Azure Government Cloud, you'll be able to do that.
Okay.
So you have to, and likely you have to be part of the
government.
greater U.S. government.
Okay, that's, yeah. And that's what I was wondering, if it was strictly federal government, state government, city government. Do you know what the requirements are?
I don't know the exact requirement, but this is a U.S. government cloud. So
Gotcha,
I know
okay.
like government, like the FBI or whatever,
Yeah,
the state,
right.
the state.
And is there
local.
some difference between the government cloud and your standard offering?
What do you mean by standard offering?
Azure Stack, I mean, we're not having any limitations based on the cloud, regardless if it's the Azure cloud, it's Azure Gov or Azure China, the Azure services like identity, billing, they're all available across.
Your capabilities are the same. Now that said, again, whatever, not every single capability in public Azure today exists in the Azure cloud.
I caught that in the other.
So if there are services that don't exist there, they're not going to appear on Azure Stack when you connect to Azure cloud.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Thanks. Any other questions?
For support purposes, you need something like a support host. And this support host is, from the security point of view, quite critical, because on the one side, you need access to the internal networks of Azure Stack to reach the PEP. On the other side, you need internet access to work together with the Microsoft field engineers, which provide the support. Then, are there any recommendations, or is there any documentation how to configure such a support host? And because I thought there have been some in the internet, but I couldn't find them anymore.
So if I'm understanding your question correctly, is as an example, providing the logs in a scenario, for an example, where you can't connect the internet, that you first have to pull out the logs, copy them on a thumb drive, put them on another machine that has internet, and upload them?
Yeah, that's right.
Right. So with the proxy support coming, right, we look into that because it obviously allows us to be way more flexible to provide such kind of tooling, right? Because typically in secure environments or in typical enterprise environments, we do see the challenges that with the ability not to upload logs directly because you can't provide the proxy server. Yes, so that's something that we're looking into, yes.
Okay, thank you very much.
Welcome. Thank you.
Do Microsoft have any plan to reduce usage on the SSL requirement? Because recently new update we require 2 more extra SSL, right? So because this SSL requirement bring the cost to the operator.
So I think if I understood the question correctly, so today we recommend using single wildcard certificate or single certificate, single SAN certificate. So you're asking if we will support a single wildcard multi-SAN certificate. Is that what you're asking, basically? That's what I'm hearing?
Yep.
Yeah? So we're not having a statement that says we're not supporting it. Our statement is purely on recommendation that you use multiple certificates rather than just a single certificate for all of the endpoints, which is purely driven on security concerns. And it's also the feedback that we hear from the security teams from our customers, that they want and require multiple certificates instead of just one single large certificate with all the SANs.
So what I think I heard is also you're concerned about the cost.
Reduce on the
right? So how can we reduce the cost by, you're saying not requiring SSL at all? Or
no, reduce some of the SSL.
Reduce some, okay. So we've been getting that feedback, and we're, it's good feedback.
Yeah, let me just add to that, right? With the introduction of extension host, this will actually exactly go that path, because today, for each Azure service that we would onboard, we would require new endpoints that would require their own certificate. Now, with the introduction of extension host, they're all behind the extension host endpoint, which really allows us to have multiple Azure services exposed to that single endpoint, which really removes the need for additional certificates as we bring in new services. So,
but this is not a feature that is now implemented, but this is something that we'll, like I said, we've heard the feedback from other customers as well, and we're going to figure out a way how can we reduce the cost in terms of certificate acquisition.
Okay, I actually come from Malaysia. We found out that hardware vendor, they have a very limited resources on the Azure Stack deployments. Is it possible that allow partners to do the deployment instead of only hardware principles? Because it's only scripting deployment.
I didn't understand the question. I'm sorry. Allow the partner to do what?
To do the deployment. Because currently, all the deployment must be done by the hardware principle, like HP, Dell,
right.
I see that.
Things.
So allow the customer to do the deployment, you're saying?
The partners.
The partners.
Yeah.
At the end, so basically each hardware partner can certify deployment partners. So my recommendation is if you are a service provider and, or a system integrator and you want to certify to become a deployment partner, reach out to your hardware partner and have a conversation with them, yes.
So this is a conversation.
It's a business model that our hardware partners choose.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Welcome.
Others? Go ahead.
Wasn't a good question. Probably not.
Don't fight for it.
I was wondering, right, past solutions on Azure, how long before each of those catch up into the Azure Stack? Like, what's the roadmap look like in terms of, let's say, HD Insights, Databricks? I don't think HD Insights is available today. So what does the roadmap look like?
So the best way to look at our roadmap is to go to, search for Azure Roadmap online, and then under the type, look for Azure Stack, and then we publish everything that's coming up on that roadmap.
Okay.
Actually, it just got updated on Monday, so when we kicked off the Ignite conference.
And there's nothing we can share beyond what's publicly available.
No, that's fine, totally.
So I think that's your best bet, is to constantly look and see what's on the roadmap.
Okay, another thing I was going to ask is, what's the best way we can build an overarching hybrid solution so that we get one single unified view, right, of our Azure cloud regions and Azure Stack? Is that on the roadmap also, or is there a software that allows to do that?
It's just like a one pane of glass to be able to manage both.
Yeah, manage and also spin up services.
It is not on the roadmap, but we've heard feedback.
Okay. So
Are you looking at it from a perspective of like operating multiple systems, or is it really from a user perspective that you want to have a tool where you deploy simplified to an Azure Stack system and then to an Azure Azure
so
Cloud?
both from an operator perspective, admin/operations, as well as bursting compute into the cloud wherever capacity, when capacity is needed, things of that nature. Services can integrate seamlessly instead of treating as two different regions.
What's available today is a System Center Operations Manager. So if you import the Azure Management Pack, it really allows you to monitor not only Azure subscription, it also allows you subscriptions that you deployed on Azure Stack. So that already gives you that single pane of glass view from a health perspective into your individual subscription, regardless if they run in Azure or Azure Stack. Yes, that's available today, so you can use that today. Yes, Management Pack for Operations Manager.
Operation manager.
All right.